I do believe that he does want to play for Shanahan, and he does want to play with the Niners, and just to change the pace.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to remember, if he, has a good year, he stands to make a pretty good amount of money next year. And if the Redskins want to franchise tag him again, you're talking about $34 million. I mean, that's a lot of dough.
Woo.
Are you listening?
Niners! Ronbo Sports, representing the Niner Empire organization worldwide. And you're invited to do so as well. Just go to theninerempire.com for further details and information. And fam, thanks for allowing me to join you today. And by the way, you may have went through the same thing too. But were you a little confused before we found out the truth? Kirk Cousins. I'm thinking, what a man of integrity. What a man of principle. Because I'm thinking, Kirk's in the office with the Redskins, and I'm thinking, the Redskins aren't really trying to deal with Kirk, are they? Because I didn't know. So I was wondering, why the silence? And then all of a sudden, we find out the Redskins are hurling mad money at Kirk. I'm talking big, big bucks. $53 million, and it's guaranteed. You see, this is why I was all confused. Because when that news came out, it was quiet before it all came out, right? So why aren't we hearing any details? $53 million guaranteed. Of course, we don't know the truth yet. But I'm thinking, wow, Kirk's gonna turn that down? It's really not about the money. Something he must be telling, Mr. Snyder, thanks, but I gotta go. Of course, really, also I was thinking at the same time, Kirk's just had it with Washington. But it comes down to Kirk, I'm thinking maybe he's thinking things like, my boy Kyle is over in San Francisco, my coach and bro, I gotta go. I'm thinking to myself, now I'm really getting optimistic as I always do. The heartstrings just start getting pulled. Kirk really wants to be a 49er? I'm with that. How cool is that? Then I was thinking, at the expense of really getting corny, I gotta say it, fate moves his hand across this situation. You believe in fate? It's gotta be the case. Think about everything that's happened so far. It's been charming, charming, charming. Nothing goes wrong. As soon as John and Kyle got together, everything has went right. Nothing. We've had no bad news. So this only makes sense. Of course Kirk wants to be with the 49ers next year. This is Kyle's guy. It's all a big puzzle. It's being put together piece by piece with no interruption. So I'm saying, cool. Next day, reality. It seems that team president Bruce Allen has lied. There was never any deal being done in good faith. They came in crooked, and this is the shameless thing about it. With only hours to go, Washington is still playing games. They're going to give him the $53 million guarantee, but yeah. But here's the thing. We're also going to deduct that from this year's salary, Kirk. You're getting $24 million, well, near $24 million, and we'll pay the other $29 million. Henceforth, it all adds up to a $53 million guarantee. Is that outrageous or what? So of course Kirk says, oh, you guys are still playing games. We're done, okay? We are done. So I don't know what's gonna happen next year. And contrary to what a lot of people believe, because everybody's out on the Kirk Cousins bandwagon, but it's Shanny's guy. That's the only reason why I'm buying into it as well. It's Shanny's guy, he wants him. And remember, Matty Ice was not all that before Shanahan got a hold of him, all right? So I'm figuring, and here's another thing. I don't know if you agree, but I think Kirk Cousins is a little better than Matty Ice was before Kyle got to him and made him the star he was. He's the MVP last year. What the hell? How in the world did that happen? So if he can do that with Matty Ice, I'm pretty sure he can work magic with Kirk Cousins as well. That's just my thinking, So, what's really funny though? October the 15th, the 49ers will play the Washington Redskins, Kirk Cousins and his boys. That's the outrageous thing and the insanity involved with the NFL, because we're all going to be wishing that the 49ers take Kirk Cousins down to the ground on every play. And as I say, the insanity of the NFL. What's next?
Ronbo! I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But don't nobody stay in Washington if they can get out?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, I agree.
But I do believe in fate.
Yeah.
We got to play 2017 without Kirk, though.
True that.
And I'm done.
Yeah, no, he's right. You know, this is the thing, because we've been focused on Kirk Cousins just because I think all of us were waiting for the news, right? We were all wondering what the hell's going to happen with Kirk Cousins. I thought that the Skins were going to get a deal done. I really did. Because come on, you've been working on it for how long? Give him what he wants, sign him up, and then of course we don't get him and we got to move on and find something else. But no. It looks like he'll be in San Francisco next year. Hey, so, you know, we can move on now and start focusing on the 49ers because they're coming into camp next week and time to get back to work. Let us see what in the 49ers, I'm going to find, there'll be a little bit more talk about Kirk Cousins. We can't stop. Probably be days, probably go all the way up until camp starts, right? Because the conversation just gets going on and on. Anyway, let's see what in the 49er is on your mind. Niner fam, there is mixed emotions around the NFL and also with the 49ers. It would appear that everybody's not happy with the Cousins happening. I've talked to some of those people and they're livid. But I've got Cool there today. Cool, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Niners!
See, this is what I'm saying. The effect of everything working now. Cool. We start out, we get one of the best, probably coaches in the league offensively. There's nobody going to beat Kyle Shanahan when it comes to X's and O's. We got ourselves a great GM. We did well in free agency. And we did knock the draft completely out of the park. And now, all of a sudden, we find out we don't have to give up any draft picks. We don't give any compensation. I think maybe from what I understand, if something's not equal, maybe we have to give up one pick or something to Washington. But it seems like the Kirk Cousins deal, everything is coming together. Cool, it's crazy, man. Look at me getting all excited. I forgot to ask you, Cool, how are you feeling about this deal? Are you okay with Kirk Cousins?
Well, this is the way I feel about the situation. I think that he's, it's not that he's really for the money with Washington. I think it's just, the surroundings that are there.
Yeah.
I do believe that he does want to play for Shanahan, and he does want to play with the Niners, and, just to change the pace.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to remember, if he, has a good year, he stands to make a pretty good amount of money next year. And if the Redskins want to franchise tag him again, you're talking about $34 million. I mean, that's a lot of dough.
Woo.
And then, but you know what? What they could do is they could transition him, and then the 49ers wouldn't have to give up. They can offer him something, and the Redskins don't have to match it. But you're talking about a neighborhood of maybe $28 million.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, he's going to get paid.
Right.
And and being a Niner fan, I don't know if I want to have all my money wrapped up in the quarterback position, even though we do have $66 million and it's going to carry on over for next year. So we will have a lot of money. But do you want to put all your money into the quarterback position? You got like 2 or 3 great quarterbacks in the draft next year. And the guys I'm looking at is, of course, Darnold, from USC. That's everybody's looking at. But Josh Allen is, I think he's one of the guys that I think can make a difference. That's the guy I would be looking for in the draft if I can get him, because Darnold is going to probably go number 1.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket and pay this guy an enormous amount of money unless he's willing to take a little less than on the open market, like Derek Carr is getting $25 million. And if we can stay under $25 million, I don't know. It's just really, really questionable. I don't know if I would want to do that.
I tell you, Cool, but you got the master of money Parag Marathe working that contract. That's why I'm figuring Parag's going to fix it up and set this here, set this here, set this over here. You stand to make, he holds it up, this figure. And then, of course, Kirk says, hey, reduce it. It's too much money, okay? Because I figure there's a way to manipulate funds where a guy can finally be satisfied. I'm thinking that's what's going to end up happening on this deal. So, because I know what you're saying about the money. I need money for, I got rookies that are going to mature soon. They have to be paid. I may need a little extra money. We might only need 2 pieces next year to get to the Super Bowl. So we need to keep a certain amount of money, funding available for those kind of things. So, you know, everybody's not going to act like Tom Brady.
You know what I would do? If we do go after Cousins, what you can do is you can front load his contract. You know, it's signed for like a 3-year deal,
yeah.
But front load the contract with money because you have the money,
yep.
Guaranteed money.
Yeah.
But see, as the years go on, the salary is going down.
And
so like,
say,
yeah, I mean that's what Reggie McKenzie is doing in Oakland.
Yep.
And it seems like he needed to do that because now he's going to have to sign, his guys coming up for free agency. So yeah, you front load the contract. Give them money because you got the money,
right? And
then you let the contracts scale down, into the 3rd or maybe 4th year. That way, if you want to let him go, and you grooming another quarterback from the draft,
anyway,
say next year,
yep.
Yeah, that's that perfect scenario. And then you got to pay Reuben Foster. You're gonna have to pay all these young guys, Solomon Thomas, and after that 3rd or 4th year.
Yeah.
So. That is, I mean, if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That way you don't mess up your salary cap and you're able to keep on going.
You're absolutely right, because Buckner and Armstead come up even before that, and we don't know what they're going to do, because Buckner could just blow up. And if he does, he'll be the most.
He's going to blow up.
Yeah, and everybody in the league will want him. Now you gotta compete with, like, God knows how many teams. And then I say, DeForest, it's us, man. We come on, let's sit down and talk. Things have changed. So, that can happen. So you got to be ready for that. You're right. Oh.
And you really don't even know about the running back position because now, if you really look at it, Carlos Hyde he's fighting for his life right now because he's playing in a contract year.
Yep.
And if he doesn't come out,
guns blazing
through this season unhurt, and if he gets 12, 13, 1,400 yards, he might get a new contract. But we're talking about there's a lot of competition here at tailback. So I will say like this. There's, one thing that what Lynch did is he brought in some guys in here to compete. And don't forget Juice, because Juice is going to get some touches.
Mm-hmm.
And Juice is I think Juice, he can make a difference.
Yeah.
I think he's a difference maker. He runs hard, but he can catch the ball in the backfield.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about we're going back to Tom Rathman.
Yeah.
I think he has the potential to do that.
Ooh, I'd love to see that kind of football come back too. I hadn't thought about that because everybody's talking about, well, he'll go out, he'll block, he'll go out for passes and do things like that. But if he starts carrying the ball, you know what that means, so cool. If you use Juice in that fashion, that kind of makes Hyde expendable immediately because I don't need a crash man. I got Juice. See, that's why it's kind of scary because I don't know what Carlos is going to ask for next year. Because he probably knows he can't get paid in San Francisco. Because we're talking about Bobby Turner and Kyle Shanahan who say we can get us a running back out of the 4th round. We'll train him, we'll make him into a superstar. We are not paying no big bucks to no running backs. And see, that means...
No, not...
Yeah.
Not in Shanahan's system. He usually goes with the two-back alternate. And I think Joe Williams is a good back to come in, and give him a change of pace. You got the speed and elusiveness, and then you got Hyde as the guy who's going to crash through the wall.
Yeah.
And then you got Juice that does a little bit of everything. He blocks. I mean, and don't forget, there's a guy, there's a guy in camp, Breida, who I think
I was getting ready to say.
That's what they are raving about this guy, and so don't. There's going to be some serious competition. And if I was Carlos Hyde, he's going to have to give his 110%.
115.
Just to be able to keep a starting job.
Exactly. Actually, to stay on the roster, because you know what? When you look at Breida and Williams, those are the two kind of guys that pretty much Bobby Turner and Kyle Shanahan really do rave over. And then you've also got, you brought in you brought Hightower in. Tim knows the system. So, Carlos is sitting there saying, oh, man, they're challenging me. I'm in every disadvantage a man can be at. So, Carlos looking at, I got Tim Hightower over here, already knows the system. I got these two guys who can run 4-3 and 4-4. And I got to come out here and I got to prove I'm the best. You start to mess with your mind, Cool. Oh.
And it's exactly because if you really think about the last couple of years with Trent Baalke, he was bringing these guys in that didn't have world-class speed. I won't say world-class speed, but serious speed.
Yeah.
Now we got Shanahan and Lynch, and they're bringing in guys that got top-notch speed. Look at all the wide receiver corps.
Yes.
The wide receivers, there's only one wide receiver, and he might not even make the team that's over 6 feet tall. So we're talking about 5'7", 5'8", a lot of 5'10". I mean, guys that got speed. So, I mean, that's how we're going to get them. We're going to get them with speed on offense, and we're going to get them on, as far as hitting and speed on defense. And I really see this defense, and I can see this probably top 6-7 defense in the NFL next year. I could really see that.
I can see that too. You could get an argument here. I'm still mad at PFF for saying we had the worst front seven in the NFL. I said, now, I said, even if we haven't put up any stats yet together, how do you just randomly throw the 49ers to the bottom of the bus? It just made me crazy. There's no reason to rate them that low. If you're going to throw them in a low rating, put them at 25 or 26 or 27, anything. Even 30, but 32.
You know what? I don't care. I don't care about this ranking type of stuff. You're gonna show it on the field, and that's what all matters.
That's what matters right there.
We're gonna shock the world.
I know it. I'm expecting
the world because nobody's expecting us to do anything but maybe win 4 or 5 games. And I'm hearing this from everybody, from Clayton and Seattle. I mean, everybody's saying that our team is at the max. We might win 6 games. Yeah. And I'm thinking, I think we can at least do 500. Yeah. At least.
That's 8-8 with a possible slip into 9. Yeah.
And the defense is what is going to be the difference in what we do in wins. Because I know that we have a really good offensive-minded coach, and we're trying to get all our players around that system. But the defense is going to speak for itself. Yeah. Now the offense is kind of the unknown because we don't know how it's all going to gel together. As far as running back, tight end, and tight end is another thing that we need to figure out because the tight end can be a serious weapon in the Shanahan offense, and so we need to figure out who that guy is going to be, and we need to come out smoking. I mean, I know that we have the capabilities to be an 8-8 team or a 9-7 team, but it's all going to be on the defense. I think the defense is going to make the difference. And I know Salah is preaching defense and violence and hitting
and all gas and no brakes. Don't leave that out.
That's right.
That's my favorite part.
When you bring some guys in that are coming in fresh, Gilmerville, can come in on pass rushing situations.
Lynch is back.
I'm telling you. And Lynch, yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, and if they keep Ahmad Brooks, I'm telling you, we're going to be up there in defense. Yeah. And I think between that and turnovers, I think can make the difference with the defense and wins and the total of wins for next year.
I like that.
I'm sure they're preaching that. I'm really sure they're preaching that.
Yeah, your defense can win games. And look, Seattle went all the way to the Super Bowl like that. I believe twice. Russell Wilson's okay, but he ain't all that. So, this is what I like about it. One thing I want to go back to is now everybody's talking about Kirk Cousins. Now that he's been released, it's going to have an effect on our season. Cool. I'm wondering because every time Hoyer goes out and we have a bad outing, don't win the game, first thing the media's going to do, even 49er fans, see, that's why we have to hurry up and make sure that we get Kirk Cousins next year. That's coming, right? So now, here comes that cloud hanging over Santa Clara. Adding a little unnecessary distraction because those kind of things can start to fester and grow into things, So, do you see that being a problem? And what effect could it possibly affect the season in that way? Or what way do you see it affecting the season?
I don't really think that's the case. I think that, we know Hoyer is a stopgap,
Yep.
and we know we're going to need to utilize him, to his best strengths and talent.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be running the ball. We'll do a lot of West Coast offense, dump the ball. I mean, we'll utilize him to his best strengths. Kind of like how, if you really think about it, if you go back years when Alex Smith was here and how Harbaugh made Alex Smith a better quarterback, or at least made him where he was functional and he was able to win some games. And I think that that's what Shanahan's going to do. Shanahan is going to use his strengths, to get those games. And I don't think that people are going to be crying for Kirk Cousins.
Too early anyway.
Yeah. I don't see that.
Yeah. Because
everybody knows we're in, I won't say rebuilding mode, but we don't have the answer at quarterback right now. This year.
So there's no
but
point in
we all know that it will come. It will come because, for one, we do have the cash. We will have the money to go and get a quarterback in the next year or two. And if it's Kirk Cousins, yeah, okay, that's fine. But I think that Hoyer will be serviceable for us to get, long as we keep everything kind of simplified and use it to his strengths.
Right.
I think that we'll be okay. Because the defense is going to keep us in the game.
True.
Because you got to have defense. Otherwise, I mean, look what happened last year when Navarro went out. After Navarro went out, I mean, look at the defense just went right downhill. How can you put Ballore at middle linebacker? He's getting killed. Between Will Hoyt and Ballore, they got killed.
They ran right at him.
Got to have playmakers on defense.
Yeah.
And like I told you before, you need spitters. You need guys that with speed and that are hitters.
Yeah.
And then that is the whole formula, to be successful in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I like what Saleh's doing. He's preaching, we're gonna promote violence, and it's gonna be on the football field. And if you don't like it, too bad, because we're gonna bring it.
Remember, Cool, this is that kind of system where these guys can just cut loose now. Because before, he's playing the gap. He's having to watch. Now, he got the single gap, baby. Shoot that bubby. Woo! Exactly. When you start sending guys, I can't imagine the dude looking up and seeing Buckner coming at him. And I don't care what anybody says. Buckner is not weighing just 300 pounds no more. Buckner's 310. So I was looking at photos from him last year. I was looking at photos from him this year after we went back to Hawaii for a while. Got a little bigger, worked a little harder. As he was saying in that press conference, yeah, I added a little bit of that grown man strength, as y'all say. I said,
and some Koolwhipp pork too.
I said, look at him, boy, he is huge. So now Buckner comes in bigger and stronger and faster. Now I'm sure they're going to work on his technique a little bit. Now you got Armstead, who's got another year and his shoulder's not hurting. And then you got Thomas over there. Oh, the defensive attack from the point of impact is going to be loud. You'll be able to hear that all the way up in the stands. That is going to be crazy. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, my God.
I mean, I could watch defense all the time because, for me, it's always like, it's like legalized, violence on the football field, So it's like, whenever you can hear, like, a train run over another train, it's the sound. We call it, in our world, we call it breaking furniture. So that's what we called it in high school, breaking furniture. So you hit somebody, make sure you're breaking furniture.
Tell you what, Cool, it's been great, man. I tell you what, I mean, the defense, give me a ranking of the defense then, because we've already been called the lowest and worst, but let's be realistic. When do you see that defense finally ranked?
I think they're going to be in the top 5.
Even that
I really
high?
do because look, okay, now if you look at Rashard Robinson last year, he was a rookie, but he had the best defense, as far as yards after stopping after the catch.
Yeah.
As for a defensive back for a corner, the guy was, he's long, he's lean, and he gets after you. And then Witherspoon is on the same level.
Yep.
They're both kind of like, kind of long, lean corners.
Perfect for the 4-3.
And then you got Jimmy Ward, who's like a ball hawk, and he's going to be our Earl Thomas.
I know it. I don't care what anybody says.
Better.
I believe that.
But he's going to be better this year because, for one, he's I think it's his contract year,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So he has a lot to prove.
Yeah.
He has a lot to prove, and we still don't know if what's going to happen with Jaquiski Tartt
Yeah.
or Eric Reed. We don't know who's going to win that battle.
Yeah.
But I just know that we're going to have a lot of guys coming in, and they're going to make a difference in the defensive backfield. Now, as far as linebacker, we're solid.
Way
You
too.
put Reuben Foster, Navarro, and Ray, and then you got Malcolm, who's there in a pinch.
Yeah.
That's come in. I think we're gonna be fairly strong. We're just gonna be solid on defense because our defensive line. Are you kidding? We got guys who can rush the passer from every angle.
That's what I've been trying to tell people. That's what I'm saying. Don't give me this 32 stuff. That team is personnel-wise way better. I'm gonna give you 3, 2, 1. Give me that holla out, man. 3, 2, 1.
Niners!
Thank you, cool. Delighted to talk to you again, bro. See you online. All right, coming up Saturday, another contest giveaway. You could be at the game, the Cardinals and 49ers at Levi Stadium on November the 5th. Seriously, all you gotta do, this is how easy it is. Come to the program, just convince the audience that you, above everybody else, deserve that seat. It's just that easy. Get the Zoom app, because we're not gonna let you call in. You gotta Zoom in. We wanna see your face as you tell us. Ronbo Sports app, of course, you gotta have that. All the instructions will be right there for you. Come in, do your thing. The votes will be counted. We'll do it in a couple of days. And on Monday, you'll find out whether or not you're gonna go see the Cardinals and 49ers tear it up on November the 5th. It's easy. Don't be afraid. You can do this. I'll be looking for you. And Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Red and Gold Radio. It's all about getting away from regular radio. It's all about nothing but the 49ers. I've been meaning to tell you. Gotta join in. You will not believe it's not about me. It's about the callers that call in. It is such a good time. Tell everybody you know. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, all the instructions on how you can come into the show and participate right there on the app as well. Sunday, the same thing. Zoom in, call in, it's your choice. But you'll need the app in order for the PIN number and the phone number. And I'll look for you all weekend long. All right? And like, share, and subscribe. I'll be on all social media so we can talk some 49er football. I'll see you. Count me down.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.